why don't we start with Pauillac, all right? Now, here's what we're going to do. You people here are the Atlantic Ocean. You people here are the left bank. You people here are the Gironde, or the Gascogne River. And you people here are Saint-Emilion. Sorry, the communications. Sorry, I should move my back here. So is this better? Yeah. As Marianne mentioned, we Megalomaniac and some of our projects in Niagara were kind of a secondary retirement for me. When I acquired Vineland Estates Winery in 1993, I think we were producing about 2,000 cases of wine per year. So I'd come back from New York to reside in Canada again. We bought Vineland Estates. The idea of having some fun with an estate winery on 52 acres, and about 8 years later we were farming 350 acres and producing about 70,000 cases of wine per year, and welcoming about, I think it was about 200,000 people to Vineland each year. So it was a bit of a gong show at that point, and I just thought it was time to sell out. So I did keep about a 100-acre vineyard that's across from Vineland, and of course we kept the home vineyard. And you're absolutely correct. We had no intention of making wine. In fact, I made the first commitment to acquire Chateau Hauts-Pontin in 2005. You generally don't see that before. We got a 92, 94 for Parker. The year before that, 91, 93, and our first year was 92, 94. So we've been very fortunate. So what happens is the negociants bring their clients in. Maybe somebody like, well, can we drink another one? Because I want to tell a big story about Croix-Saint Georges.
Okay.
Tree growing behind it, which also looks like somebody took a chainsaw to it about 18 years ago. I mean, the most decrepit place you could ever imagine. And when you drink Croix-Saint Georges, remember that the vineyard at Croix-Saint Georges completely surrounds it, right? And I don't have a piece of Croix-Saint Georges, but my partner owns it 100%, Jean-Philippe Genouex. I can't imagine for the life of me why the guy doesn't have a bottle of Prozac in his glove compartment. Because, you know, we're always in that vineyard having a look. And it would drive me nuts if my wines were selling at $70. And I looked across to the neighbor, and his wines were selling for $28. I mean, it drives me nuts. So you'll never be able to know where the pain. Sorry, you'll never be able to know where the pain is because they've just gone through a $40 million renovation. Sure. Okay. Croix-Saint Georges is about 60% Merlot, 30% Cab Franc, and guess what else? Where are they? Right on the turn. Way to go. The property is about 96 acres. It has about 32 acres of Riesling planted. It has about 12 to 14 acres of Pinot Noir planted, and about 10 acres each of Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, and Merlot. And if you've ever been up to that property should be producing great Pinot Noir, because we're deadhead with the Clos de Jourdain, which in my opinion was the best red wine that ever came out of Niagara. Brilliant, brilliant Pinot Noir. And we make really lousy Pinot Noir. Not lousy, but it's not good. I don't think it's good. In fact, we thought the Pinot Noir was so bad. We used to call. I started out calling it "son of a bitch" Pinot Noir. It's true. And the one year was so light, and it was called "son of a bitch" right on the label. SOB, son of a bitch Pinot Noir. And then the one year was so light we didn't make it. We called it pink slip, because we gave it the pink slip and said we won't even allow it to be called son of a bitch Pinot Noir. It's so light we're going to call it pink slip. So all of that to say that on this property, if you took the four red varietals, namely Pinot Noir, Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, Merlot, we should really be growing great Pinot Noir and great Cabernet Franc. And the two varietals we should have real problems with should be Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. The odd thing is we think that property produces, of all the red varietals it produces, we think it produces the best Merlot. And this is it. This is 208 Reserve. Better yet? So, yeah. Oh, okay. So, I thought it'd be really fun for you to taste virtually the same blend of La Confession and our Cab Merlot, right? There's one vintage apart. They're one vintage apart. Probably should have brought the 07 because it's 07 La Confession. So I'm going to screw this up, but I think I got this right. So the first wine you're going to drink is number 6. Sorry, is 60% Merlot, 40% Cab Franc, but we cheated a little bit. There's about maybe 3% Cab Sauvignon, okay, from our vineyard.